Welcome. You're listening to the Breaking and Entering Advertising Podcast trailer. So that means we got to get to know each other. But I actually might know who you are, and by the end of this trailer, you'll definitely know me, the podcast, and what we're all about. Most likely, you're a student or recent college graduate looking to get your first job in advertising. Sweet. This podcast can help you. But let's break that down a little bit further. You could be a freshman that stumbled into a 100-level advertising or PR course, and you want to dive into potential roles, agencies, and other career paths in communications. Excellent. This podcast can help you. You could be a sophomore or junior looking for that dream internship in account, strategy, or creative. Beautiful. This podcast can help you. On the other hand, you could be happily employed or looking for a new job in communications. This podcast can help you. You could be a coworker or friend of the guest only on for 1 week. Welcome and thanks for supporting. I bet you there are things you can learn from our mutual friend you never imagined. This podcast can help you. And maybe you're my friends or family, so you all need help. This podcast can help you. However, this podcast cannot help you if you don't act on the advice given. Likewise, this podcast cannot help you if you don't seek out the interviewed guests and connect with them on LinkedIn. And finally, this podcast cannot help you if you're not passionate about storytelling, creativity, culture, and exciting people in communications. Because breaking into advertising is kind of like pulling off a grand heist. There are so many ways to break into the industry, and one scheme does not fit all. So I will bring on experts on the other side to describe their break-in story and give advice to help you shape your own scheme. Then, one day, you can come onto the show and share with others. Now, briefly about myself. My name is Gino Schellenberger, and I graduated from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I studied advertising and PR and was heavily involved in Midnight Oil. It's a student agency where I specialize in account management. I had a couple internships along the way, but I'm currently transitioning out of Edelman as an assistant account executive to work directly for the Chicago Portfolio School as their community manager. So I am passionate about helping students find their beat. Jeff and Sarah recognized that and offered me a position to help their students at Chicago Portfolio and to help grow the school's brand. This podcast operates independently from my work at Chicago Portfolio School. Every now and then I'll repost something on social, but my views are my own and the guests scheduled are selected and approved by me. I'll be honest, I recommend creatives check out my episodes with Denver Ad School, Creative Circus, and the future planned episodes with VCU Brand Center, Miami Ad School, and Job Propulsion Lab. I encourage creatives to check out Portfolio School. I think it's a great way to fast track an advertising career if you put in the work. However, it is in no way required to be successful. Listen to Jack Rogeson's episode. He broke into advertising without a college degree in general. So through every episode, I will grow and learn with you. That's because I come from a student/recent graduate perspective, and I'm not afraid to ask dumb questions and embarrass myself so you don't have to. If you don't believe me, just go listen to the first 20 episodes. They're all brutal on my end. Mikey Melarkey is our fantastic audio engineer and lifelong friend of mine who lets me borrow his mic, and he happens to lead our softball league in home runs. Buchun Jiang is our creative director who executes every week on our amazing graphics and videos, and they get better every week, I swear. Check those out on our Instagram at Entering Ad. Buchun is finishing up at Miami Ad School, where he recently won a Design and Art Direction Award for his work with Duolingo. Go check that out. In a way, I am your accomplice on your grand heist to be successful in communications and in life. So feel free to connect with me on anything. And if you're still here, welcome. Pick an episode title that catches your attention and give it a listen. Reach out and tell the guests on that episode B&E sent you. And that's enough for me. I'll let the guests do the rest. This is the Breaking and Entering Advertising Podcast, and as usual, I'm your accomplice, Gino Schellenberger. Kick it, Mikey.